This is the Fluval Edge 6-gallon aquarium, and I picked this up earlier tonight to use as a nano reef tank. Um, and I'm just a little bit underwhelmed by the product, especially based on the kind of glowing reviews I read about it online. So I just kind of wanted to do a review and point out some of the pros and the cons with this particular product that I found thus far. Okay, so the box contents comes with a biological booster, a chlorine remover, and a nitrate and phosphate remover pad that you put in the hang-on back filter, and then some instructions. The first thing I noticed when getting it out of the box was it had this hang-on back filter, which I didn't expect. I have the Spec 5, and I was assuming it would be something like an overflow with a pump. And I didn't see the tank displayed in the store, and I didn't see it in person before I bought it. So I was kind of going based on the marketing materials, and if you look at the box's pictures, so that one and then all these ones on the side here, the hang-on back inlet has been cleverly removed from the photo. So either they photoshopped it out, or they just didn't have the filter installed while these pictures were being taken. So I mean, that was kind of underwhelming because I'll need to be able to hide that somehow behind some, I guess, some live rock or something. But that's not a huge issue. Another problem I have with this particular tank is to get to the lights, you have to kind of remove this cumbersome cover, and then you have a three-way switch, which is kind of, it's waterproof, so it's kind of hard to use and push down. So you have the white off and then the blue, and it's just kind of a pain. So here's the hang-on back filter. It's got charcoal, ceramic, and a sponge, and then you can adjust the flow with this control here. One of the issues I have with this is the lights. Even though they look pretty bright in the video, they're really not. And I'll show you in a second compared to my other reef tank. Okay, so let me turn these lights off. So that's it. So it's basically pitch dark in my house except for my two tanks. So there's that, which is, it's a much smaller volume of water here and a lot more LEDs. And so I'm using LEDs on both my tanks. So I would assume that this would have been really quite bright. And if you look at my tank over here, it just doesn't compare to how bright this is. And it gets even worse when you're talking about blues. So if we turn off the lights over here on my reef tank, and you kind of get you can still see everything. Everything kind of pops, but you can still see what's going on with the corals and the fish and everybody in there. If you come over here to the Fluval Edge, the tank kind of disappears. It's not bright at all. And if I'm going to use this for a reef tank, I definitely need to not only upgrade the lighting, but probably do something about that switch as well, because I run my lights off a timer, and with that three-way switch, you can set the timer to run your whites or your blues, but you can't do them both. So just something to keep in mind if you're planning on, using this with a timer or setting up a kind of an automated reef system. Another issue I had with it is, even though I filled it as slow as possible, the hang-on back filter was still introducing these bubbles under the glass panel, and I hadn't figured out a way to get those out. I reached under there with a sponge and tried to kind of push them to the surface, and that's about as good as I can get. So maybe they'll go away with time, I'm not sure. But actually that kind of brings up another point. A lot of the reviews I was reading were saying that this tank is very easy to clean and is low maintenance, and to be honest, I just don't understand it. To clean this, you're going to have to pull these lights up and then reach in there under the glass to clean the glass, and reach all the way under this edge to clean like this glass or the front glass. And the problem is when you reach your hand in there, the spillway here overflows onto your table. So to even clean the glass, you don't have to, not even considering water changes, but to clean the glass, you're gonna have to drain probably 2 or 3 gallons of water just to do that. So I don't see how this is any way easier to maintain or clean than just a regular aquarium. But like I said, I'm going to continue setting it up, and I'll probably post some more videos as I figure out what I'm going to do with the lights, and other issues I discover as I go along. So so stay tuned for that.